All right, and live from the Kenyatta University Communication Center, you are just in time for the Friday edition of the Kutv Prime Time News on this 9th day of the month of January, the 9th day of the year 2026. And a lot has been transpiring across our country, particularly with the release of the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education exams, where we've been able to have celebrations in various regions, and of course, the results being announced by the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Julius Migos Ogamba. Apart from that is issues concerning placements here and there, the release of the Nyota Fund in various regions, among other reports. But first, how about we dig into the highlights of tonight's top stories. KCSE 2025 results released as the government defends the exam's integrity.
The number of candidates with direct university entry qualifications of mean grade C+ and above was 270,715.
Nationwide celebrations as schools break records in KCSE 2025.
We have recorded an improvement from 7.2 to 7.38. We thank God for this achievement.
Scored an A plane of 84 points. I am speechless about it, but
I'd like to thank God for the results I've got and my parents.
DCP leader Rigathi Gachagua calls for overhaul in national school placement system.
We are demanding that all children of Kenya be admitted to the best schools on merit. And I'm not saying children from this area or any other area who are not qualified or who are.
And a church break-in near a police post sparks security fears in Kirinyaga County.
Siku ya Jumatatu na kanisa ilikuwa sawa, siku ya Jumanne kanisa ilikuwa sawa, lakini siku ya Jumatano tukapata mabati ya kanisa imekatwa na vyombo vya kanisa vikaimbiwa.
All right, my name is Emanuel Kutosi, and with me in the sign language interpretation is Francis Okinyi. Now, the 2025 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education results have been officially released, with the government highlighting examination integrity and emerging performance trends. This follows a briefing to President William Ruto in Eldoret as Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba and the Kenya National Examination Council moved to manage nationwide access to the results amid heavy demand.
Cabinet Secretary Julius Ogamba presenting the national performance
and diligence that have made this examination cycle a success.
Candidates and parents across the country have begun accessing their results through NEC's official online portal and mobile platforms, marking a key milestone in the academic calendar. Education Cabinet Secretary Migos Ogamba revealed that out of the total 993,000 candidates who sat the 2025 KCSE, 70,000 scored C+ and above, securing direct university entry, while 1,932 candidates attained grade A. Ogamba said the exam malpractices cases also declined from 614 students in 2024 to 418 students in 2025.
The number of candidates with direct university entry qualifications of mean grade C plus and above was 270,715, which is 27.18% in the year 2025 KCSE examination. This is an improvement compared to 246,391, which was 25.53% in the year 2024.
CS noted female candidates outnumbered their male counterparts for the second consecutive year with 214,000 girls sitting the 2025 KCSE compared to 492,112 boys. He also highlighted that girls recorded stronger mean scores than boys in several key subjects, reflecting continued gains in female academic achievement.
Of the 993,226 candidates who sat the 2025 KCSE examinations, 492,012 were male, while 501,214 were female, representing 49.54% and 50.46% of the total candidature, respectively.
Ogamba, on the other hand, thanked teachers for their role in the 2025 KCSE, highlighting ongoing recruitment, promotions, and training to improve teaching quality and student outcomes.
In the same vein, may I commend all the center managers, supervisors, and invigilators for their integrity and diligence that have made this examination cycle a success. Today, as we release results for 993,226 candidates, I wish to register my sincere appreciation to His Excellency the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto.
The Ministry of Education and NEC add candidates to check results via official platforms, while commending teachers and learners for their dedication, noting improved performance and reduced exam malpractice in the 2025 KCSE examinations. Edna Nerea, Kutv, Nairobi.
Thank you, Nanerea, for that report. Now, joy and celebration have been witnessed in various parts of the country following the release of the 2025 KCSE results, with several schools breaking long-standing academic records. Students, teachers, and parents have come together to celebrate the remarkable achievements. At Nanyuki Secondary Schools in Laikipia County, joy filled the air after the school broke its record by attaining 57 straight A grades for the first time in history.
I was the Form 4 Principal 2025. We had a very supportive students we had very minimal cases of indiscipline. The students were able to work hard. The parents assisted us in terms of ensuring that they were here.
Appreciate the efforts made by our administration and every other person in this school. To get a mean of 9.7 is never the easiest thing.
I'm happy for the performance that Nanyuki High School has provided this for the 2025. We were praying for them, and indeed the Lord has done unto us something great. We've never gotten a mean score of 9.6, and it is by the grace of God that today we are celebrating.
The national school also raised its mean score to 9.683, with 448 out of 477 candidates scoring a C+ and above.
As a principal, I'm really happy. I'm really happy because of the results which we have just received for the cohort of 2025. Our boys have really done well, and we are in a celebratory mood.
Similar celebrations were also witnessed in Malindi, where Tawhid Boys, Beluga Girls, and Istikama Academy posted impressive results.
I want to communicate to all my esteemed community, Kilifi County, and the parents in general, that we can
perform very well as long as we dedicate ourselves, as long as we are committed.
Kubwa kwetu ni kwamba tulifanya kazi kwa ushirikiano, wanafunzi wakijitahidi kadiri ya uwezo wao, vile vile walimu wakiwa karibu zaidi na wanafunzi na kuwaongoza, na tuwezi kuwasahau wazazi katika mchango wao wa kuwa pamoja na walimu na vile vile na wanafunzi ili kutoa matokeo bora.
Kangaroo High School in Embu County was also a corridor of celebrations with a mean of 7.385 at 232 out of 332 students, garnering a C+ and above.
It's a beautiful day for Kangaroo girls. We have recorded an improvement from 7.2 to a 7.38. We thank God for this achievement.
Scored an A plane of 84 points. I am speechless about it, but
Mwana disai nasema hata kupata hii A plane si ati ni kwa uwezo wangu ama for my own understanding, but mimi nasema shukrani zikwe tu kwa Mungu.
Kuja hapa I scored 357 KCPE from a small school, day school. Yes, nikukuja hapa nikatia bidii, walimu wenzangu kanisaidia sana, alafu nika improve.
The Kenya National Examination Council (NEC) has said the 2025 KCSE results will only be accessed online, with all queries to be submitted through school principals within 30 days.
I'd like to thank God for the results I've got, and my parents as well as the teachers who guided me throughout the journey, and my friends throughout the 4 years.
For now, celebrations continue across the country, with the stronger performance being attributed to the hard work and discipline of both students and teachers. Now, 29 days after the release of the KGSEA results, growing concern has gripped the education sector as confusion over Form 1 placement deepens. In Thika, Kiambu County, education stakeholders warn the uncertainty is leaving parents and learners in distress, potentially undermining access to quality education. They are now calling for increased investment in local schools.
As Form 1 learners prepare to report in a few weeks, uncertainty and confusion continue to cloud the placement process. This has been evident since the release of the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment results. The situation has drawn concern from a section of education stakeholders in Thika, Kiambu County, who warn that unless urgently addressed, the confusion could worsen and negatively disrupt stability and progress within the senior education. A key concern highlighted is the placement of learners in afar-off schools, revealing the poor state of many county institutions. Stakeholders say the issue would be manageable if schools were well-resourced, but alleged misuse of the national government Affirmative Action Fund has dimmed that dream.
It's very disheartening to note that the result is here. The kid has done so well, but you find most of our students have been sent far counties, so that the parent is so convinced, is very happy that the kid performed well. But again, you have to travel very far to get the school that was assigned to the kid. It is not really appealing as far as CBA is concerned. So let us improve at our sub-county levels. Why do we have devolved government?
Ole wao wabunge ambao watumii pesa yao kwa kujenga mashule ya NCDF kwa sababu sa wakati wamefikiwa. Sasa ndio watajulikana hawafanyagi vile kunatakiwa kufanyiwe.
Local leader Bugwa Wanyoike blamed some members of parliament for fueling the crisis, alleging they have misappropriated funds meant for educational development and diverted public resources for personal benefit, worsening conditions in learning institutions.
And especially these members of parliament, because many of them are the ones who have compromised the Kenyan political system. And even up to now, many of the constituencies in this country have been lagging behind in matters of national development simply because members of parliament have relaxed.
Coming to the defense of affected learners, counseling psychologist Dr. Susan Gitau warned that positioning students to poorly resourced schools exposes them to stress, which can negatively affect their emotional well-being and ultimately lead to poor academic performance.
The mind cannot settle where it doesn't feel safe. The mind cannot perform where it doesn't feel safe. And so these children, some of them actually get traumatized. Because anytime we think about trauma, we are talking about a situation I have never encountered before, a situation I never expected. And that creates instant disorganization or disorientation of my mental status. And so very many students search, they go to school, and there is a nosedive of their academic performance.
The stakeholders called on investigative agencies to take firm action against misuse of education funds. This is as the Ministry of Education gave a grace period of reapplication of school to suit the interest of learners. Ochieng Cynthia, Kutv.
Now, DCP party leader Rigathi Gachagua has called for reforms in the national school placement system, insisting that high-performing students should be admitted strictly on merit. Speaking in Nyeri County, Gachagua criticized the quota system, arguing it unfairly places top students in distant schools, despite parents investing heavily in local infrastructure. He urged leaders, especially in the northeastern regions of Kenya, to use the devolved funds to strengthen local schools, noting that the previous system better balanced fairness and access.
We are demanding that all children of Kenya be admitted to the best schools on merit. And I'm not saying children from this area or any other area who are not qualified or who have not met the minimum points that are required should be admitted to these great institutions. I am saying, and parents have asked me to say so, that all children of Kenya should be given an opportunity on merit. We used to have a very good system of placement of our kids into secondary schools. Principals would gather at the Kenya Science Teachers College, and they are given all the pupils who apply to go to those institutions. Then a committee would agree on the cutoff point, and the principals would make the choices.
Now, President William Samoei Arap Ruto has once again warned leaders against politicizing student placement into national secondary schools. Speaking in Nakuru County during the launch of the Nyota Business Starter Program, the president cautioned that education and youth issues should not be used to fuel division, insisting the government will not allow new barriers to be created.
President William Ruto has strongly defended the national secondary school placement process, warning leaders against what he termed as reckless politicking that risks dividing the country.
Nikisema nyota, mnasema pesa mfukoni. Nyota! Nyota!
Speaking in Nakuru County during the launch of the Nyota Business Startup Capital Program, the head of state said national schools belong to all Kenyans and should not be used to advance ethnic or political interests.
Mimi nataka niwaambie brainless, bankrupt politicians who want to create barriers, who want to erect roadblocks. I want to tell them the reason why we have national schools is because we wanted to break down the barriers of colonialism and ethnicity.
The president insisted that the existence of national schools was meant to break historical barriers of colonialism and ethnicity. He warned that no leader, however desperate, will be allowed to erect new boundaries.
And we will not allow no politician, however desperate they may be, however bankrupt they may be, to erect new boundaries for our children. We want our children to learn in every institution that is available to them in Kenya. Especially our national schools must have access to all the children of Kenya equally.
Turning to youth empowerment, President William Ruto reiterated that his administration's bottom-up economic development agenda is deliberate and action-oriented.
Mujipange, mujitume. Pale kwa Nyota muko na nafasi. affordable housing na markets na hostels, muko na nafasi. Pale kwa digital jobs, muko na nafasi. Pale kwa export of labor, tumenyorosha, muko na nafasi. Kila mtu ajitume, because there are demonstrable, concrete opportunities for you for the first time.
The president also cautioned political leaders against playing politics with the lives of young people, urging those with the alternative ideas to present them constructively.
We mean business. Mimi nataka niwaambie wale viongozi wengine wote wenzangu, tafadhali tusicheze karata na maisha ya hawa vijana. If you have a better plan, tell the people of Kenya, tell these young people. Usiseme ya kwamba hawa vijana waende wapigane upate kura.
Serikali imefungua avenues zingine ambazo wewe unaweza kupata pesa kuendelesha biashara yao. Ya kwanza ni Hustler Fund. Hustler Fund, najua nyinyi wote mko katika Hustler Fund. Una nafasi ya kuingia Hustler Fund, kukopa, ukirudisha, ukikopa, ukirudisha, credit limit yako itakuwa juu na unaweza kukopa paka up to 150,000.
Na mimi vijana wangu kutoka Nakuru County, what I want to promise you, approach our Department of Trade. Mukishapata hizo pesa zenyu na mukianza hizo biashara zenyu, I will give you a waiver of your licenses. Sawa sawa? Nilikuwa nimekuja kuambia miezi 6, but I will give you the first year of a waiver for licenses fee.
Yvonne Kimuma, KUTV.
All right, and with that report, we are due our first break right here on the Friday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. Don't go too far, because we have a lot more in store just for you.
Kupanda shuka, akawa tuzo, ukakamavu wake, ukatii na kumfanya mwenye bidii. Kwa machozi na makeke, akabaini jinsi ya kuweni. Huyu ni mwanamke ngangari, kwa jinsi alivyo ng'ari. Mimi ni mwanamke mwake. Usikose kutazama kipindi cha mwanamke mwake, nami Caroline Emanuel.
Miti. Panda. Miti. Our planet's future is in our hands. However, there is a threat to the brightness of this tomorrow. On EarthCheck, we share the challenges, the solutions, and the hope.
I would call this a very momentous day, a very critical day.
Every episode, every story, every step we take creates a ripple. Join me, the environmentalist Emanuel Kutosi, on KUTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and be part of EarthCheck. Welcome. Welcome back to the broadcast. Now, Orange Democratic Movement leader and Siaya Senator Oburu Oginga has declared 2026 the year of negotiations on the future political coalitions, saying the party is weighing whether to partner with UDA or other parties ahead of the 2027 general elections. Speaking during a burial in Alego Songa, Oburu said ODM will no longer join government through the back door, insisting future cooperation must be agreed upon before elections. He said he will personally lead the talks and, should negotiations fail, will run as ODM's presidential candidate. NGCS Sophia Wandai said ODM's governing council has already mandated Oburu to spearhead the negotiations negotiations, while a Lagos Songa Member of Parliament Samuel Atandi urged party members to support the broad-based government.
So we got into this government by accident because the government was shaken by GNC, and we got into this government through the back door, through the window. But now I'm telling you people, that as we approach 2027, we are not going to get into a government through the back door. We are going to get in through the front door, through a negotiated arrangement. And this negotiated arrangement will be headed by me. And the party is weak, we are also weak. And we are going to negotiate from a point of weakness. I must tell you, my people, that I announced at the beginning of this year. And this is clear. We don't want to go this way, that way. We have said clearly that this year, 2026 is the year of negotiations for any arrangement. Either we are going in partnership with the UDA or any other, or we are going alone as ODM. And if we are going alone as ODM, Oburu Oginga is the presidential candidate.
Our minimum condition for dialogue in the ODM party, minimum respect for party leader. That is the minimum. If you don't respect the party leader, there is no peace and there is no negotiation in the party.
And still within the political arena, with internal party elections set for later this week, the UDA party is grappling with internal divisions in Kirinyaga County, now a key political battleground in the Mount Kenya region. The rift sparked by the establishment of a party office now threatens to reshape the county's political power balance and determine which leaders command real influence within UDA in the region.
UDA zangu nimepewa na Kirinyaga yote, na unaweza zunguka watu wasema wanakupenda kama wewe ni mwanamume, kama yeye ni kama huyo anashindana na mimi ni mwanamume, nitoboe nisitoboe. Kama ni mwanamume ajitokeze, avae t-shirt yetu ya UDA, asimame kiti ya governor, achaguliwe Kirinyaga. But until you are elected as governor of Kirinyaga, hauwezi ambia Kirinyaga wewe ndio kiongozi. Nani amekupatia hiyo kiti? Hakuna, na utapitia mlango ya nyuma ya UDA. Kweli si kweli? Hata UDA utatupata ndani.
Because kiongozi wa UDA hapa Kirinyaga sio mwingine ni nani? Sio nani? Ni Jimmy. Wale wanajitakia makuu waambie watulize bodies.
Now, residents within the same county of Kirinyaga, Kibingo village within the county, are expressing concern of a rising insecurity following the theft at Love of Jesus Ministry Church. According to the pastor of the church, unknown suspects broke into the church on Wednesday night by cutting through the mabati wall and stole a concrete mixer worth about 40,000 shillings. The incident has raised alarm due to the church's proximity to Kibingo police post, prompting questions over night patrols and surveillance. Church members have said this is the second theft in a month, with earlier cases yet to be resolved. Residents are now urging authorities to enhance patrols, lighting and surveillance to curb crime in Kibingo and the wider Inoi ward.
Tulikuja siku ya Jumatatu na kanisa ilikuwa sawa. Siku ya Jumanne kanisa ilikuwa sawa, lakini siku ya Jumatano tukapata mabati ya kanisa imekatwa na vyombo vya kanisa vikaimbiwa. Tumeenda katika police station na tukaeleza, na tunaomba serikali iingilie kati, manake hapa kanisani miezi 2 iliyopita tumeimbiwa token ya kanisa na hakuna jambo ambalo serikali wamechukulia hatua, hatujaona hakuna hatua wamechukulia.
And away from matters of burglary in the pulpit within Kirinyaga County, the Kenya Tea Development Agency has urged politicians to stay out of ongoing reforms in the tea sector and instead channel their views through Parliament. Speaking in Murang'a County, KTDA Chairman Chege Kirundi criticized leaders for debating the tea amendment bill on political platforms while it awaits a third reading in Parliament. He cited challenges including loss of export markets, currency fluctuations and poor harvest, while assuring farmers that KTDA will continue to safeguard their interest and strengthen the sector regulations.
Would only appeal to anybody who is not in tea business to seek advice from those ones in tea business, so that as he speaks, or as she speaks from the knowledge position, not to mislead the tea growers. Some of the pronouncements we have heard from people not coming from the tea area have been misleading. So we would ask that whoever wants to talk about tea business, please consult, and they will consult freely. Most of the statistics are public. Please look at those statistics. And therefore, when you talk with the facts, not to mislead the farmer.
All right, and with that report, we take our second break right here on the Friday edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. In a moment, we'll be coming back with Matters Sports.
A new era, a new people. This is the Law Matters Show. A program that brings you legal sensitization on your television.
My statement is written and just the quote the prosecution.
I think that this loss is a setback for Raila Odinga.
What policy recommendations were fronted by the candidate?
With diversity, we demystify important legal issues locally, regionally, and internationally.
What Tanzanians.
Join me, Elvin Onsongo, as I bring you more insights on law matters.
We are looking at social issues. What is the problem? Is it the economy? Is it...
Law Matters Show, creating awareness, advocacy, and enhancing lives.
Msimu mpya, uso mpya, nguvu mpya, bila shaka na ari mpya. Lakini dhamira ni ile ile. Kuboresha kilimo kwa maisha bora. Jiunge nami James Baraka na nahodha wako mpya wa kipindi cha Boresha Kilimo, tunapochunguza mbinu za kisasa za kilimo, ukipenda teknolojia ibuka katika kilimo, maoni ya wataalamu na hadithi za mafanikio kutoka kila pembe ya taifa. Kutoka kwa wakulima wadogo hadi biashara za kilimo zilizostawi, tunakuvika maarifa na suluhisho kamili, si tu za kuongeza mazao yako, bali pia kuimarisha maisha yako. Kila Jumamosi saa 6:30 na Jumanne saa 4 asubuhi, usipitwe na baraka za Boresha Kilimo, nami James Baraka, hapa hapa KUTV.
All right, we are squarely within the sports arena where host nation Morocco is set to face Cameroon in a blockbuster African Cup of Nations 2025 final clash at the Prince Moulay Abdellah Stadium in Rabat. This will be the fourth AFCON meeting between the two sides, with Cameroon standing unbeaten against Morocco in previous encounters. Elsewhere, Mali took on Senegal at the Tangier Grand Stadium in a highly anticipated West African derby, with Senegal's sole goal in the 27th minute from Iliman Ndiaye being the one that would take them to the semi-finals, where they will face against a winner in the face-off between Egypt and the Ivory Coast on Saturday. And further on the northern areas of the continent of Africa, Arsenal were held to a goalless draw by Liverpool at the Emirates Stadium in a match defined by two contrasting halves. The Gunners dominated the opening period but failed to convert their chances, while Liverpool improved after the break, enjoying long spells of possession without registering a shot on target. The draw leaves Arsenal 6 points clear at the top of the table as Liverpool extend their unbeaten domestic run to 8 matches. Thirty-nine minutes past the top of the hour, and it's about that time to wrap it up for this week's edition of the KUTV Prime Time News. Thank you so much for being with me, particularly through this week when we began this year, all the way to this moment as we wrap it up for the first week of the year 2026. Indeed, it has been an amazing journey to walk through, and one that we anticipate to move on with hope and victory ahead of us. Of course, from me right here, Emanuel Kutosi, and the whole team involved in the production of tonight's broadcast, and led by my director Melton Conchella, Levis Ndomoto, and Francis Okenye in the sign language interpretation. It's good night, and see you again when time permits and everything is in order. Good night and sweet dreams, and have a lovely, lovely weekend.